Hi, everybody. We're talking about the song Edelweiss. It's a waltz. And there are a couple components in this song that I want to explore more deeply with you guys. And the first is a transition between D7 to G7. And the second thing I want to talk about is a chord progression of a C to a C7 to an F to an F minor. So now starting off with the D7 to the G7, this is where fingering is gold. And the fingering you use with your D7 is going to help immensely to play more efficiently in this transition. So let me show you how we're going to address this. We're going to kind of work our way backwards. We're going to make a G7 chord, and that's that triangular form here. You can see da, like so. Now, just focusing our attention on the middle finger and the ring finger, you can see where they are. They're in the second fret. Now, let's just take these two fingers in the configuration that they're in and bring the whole form up one string towards our nose. That is a D7. Now let's bring it down again and then connect our index finger in the first fret on the E string. And there's that G7. So you can see how efficient that transition is when we are using these two fingers to make the D7. Now, I learned how to make a D7 with these two fingers, so I had to open up my thinking to embrace other possibilities. And boy, there are a lot of other possibilities when you play an instrument. So we don't want to get stuck in a rut of doing something just one way. So you see, if I used my index finger and my middle finger to make that D7, I'd have to change everything up to make that G7. You might think, oh, what's the big deal? Well, you know, the ukulele police are not going to come and arrest you if you do that. It's fine, but there's a better way. Why not try it? So here it's the middle and the ring to the G7, and just go back and forth in tempo. This song is a waltz, so it would be starting with a G7. A 1, 2, 3, D7. Back and forth. Close your eyes and do it. Open your eyes and walk to another room and do it. Sit in a different chair. Go outside hundreds of times to get this stuff under our fingers so we don't have to think about it anymore. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing is this beautiful C to a C7 to an F to an F minor chord progression. Now, normally we would do a C to a C7, another one finger chord, right? To an F, change it all up to that F minor. And that's not wrong. If you want to do that, that's fine. But there's a better way. And let me show you. I'm very, very important that you make your C with your baby finger. You're going to find out why in a few seconds. Now with my middle finger, my favorite finger, I'm going to put it up on the third fret on the G string. That, my friends, is a C7. It's another way of doing a C7. It comes in very handy sometimes. Now, here's the trick to this, this chord progression. My baby finger stays put on that C note here, on the C chord. It's also a C note. It stays in position through the entire progression. So now, there it is, and here's our C7. Now we're going to make an F, but we're still holding this down. So the F is going to be the index in the middle. Isn't that pretty? Now watch this. The F minor, oh my gosh, we've already got part of the chord down because that baby finger is there on the third fret on the A string. So I switch up my index in my middle and I get that F minor. Ooh. So it sounds and looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We have a moving bass line is what we have. Here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? If you have, I have a low G on my ukulele. If you have a high G, it's still going to sound really pretty. Let's try it again. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Again. Hundreds of times, you're going to have to do that in tempo. Now, if we really want to pop that bass string, which would be our G, and even if you have a high G, we want to pop it. So watch what I'm doing here. I'm going. What am I doing? With my thumb, I'm just hitting the G string like that. One note, and then going down, down with my other fingers. Pop that G string. Okay, now I'm making that C7 form. I'm making my F, F minor. Let's try it.